Hi, Roseville teachers. My name is Cameron Radke, and I am here to help you find the assessments on Wit and Wisdom. So the first thing you do is you're going to click into Clever. You're going to look for your resources. We are going to be using the Great Minds resource today. So you click on that, and this is going to take you to your InSync. So this is where you'll find all of your modules, teacher's editions, and some access to some of the documents that you might need to print off, or if you're doing anything on the iPads, you can find those here as well. Specifically though, today I'm going to help you to find the quickest way to get to the assessments. So there are two things that you can do. The first thing you can do is you can open the teacher edition. This is also in your paper teacher edition. You're going to be looking for the module overview, and you're going to go to the module map. And in the module map, it tells you each of the lessons. It tells you the text that you're using. It tells you your content framing questions, your craft questions, and the learning goals of each of the lessons. In this left-hand column, you will find the major assessment. So this is the FQT1. There is a FQT2. And then there's also the new read assessments are here. These are really great for assessing how your students are understanding new reading or new passages that you haven't previewed with them or they have not read yet. This also includes Socratic Seminars, another place that you will find those. Now, specifically, I want to talk about how do you find the resources for paper pencil assessments, or if you have one-to-one devices where you can find that information. So up on the waffle, you can find the Affirm spot right here, and you click on that, and this has assessments. So you come up here to the library. Along the left-hand side, you have your home button. That's where you are right now. You have your library. You have reports. This is where you can write. You can look at how your students are doing. And this one has specifically for your class. You can click on that, and your class is right here. And then this is reports. And here's our library. So our library automatically opens up to kindergarten. Just go ahead and go over to the right-hand side to the arrow and close down kindergarten if you're not a kindergarten teacher. And then you can scroll down to your grade level. I'm going to go to 6th grade because that's what I teach. And I have already scheduled this first one. I'm going to go down and schedule one that's coming up here pretty soon. You'll see that there are question sets. These are the assessments that are not included in that module map. These are optional if you want to use them. I find them to be really helpful to give me an idea of how students are doing on a read and respond to multiple choice questions. In addition, it gives another piece of evidence around short answer questions. So if you scroll down, it also has the FQTs, or the focusing question task. So this would have the actual page that has the task, and then it also has the graphic organizers. If you're using iPads, you can use that in Notability to have students create their graphic organizers right there, or I prefer to do those paper pencil and then have the students type it into Google Drive and have that be their more formal writing. But if you're just looking for these question sets, I'm going to do 11. I am on this question set 19. We are just starting out of the dust. So I'm going to schedule this for next week. There are two options here. You can click on the three little dots on the right-hand side, and it would give you the option to print this in a PDF if you prefer paper and pencil, or you can schedule this. So as you can see, it brings up a time for this to take place. So I'm going to say my kids are going to do this. This is lesson 19. I think we do that on Friday of next week. So I'm going to click on the 8th. Our ELA time starts around 10:40 a.m. or so. So I'm going to have it scheduled to start at 9:30 a.m. That means that it will be released for my students to see on Clever at 10:30. Then I'm going to click over here to all of my students. I have 2 students who are not in Gen Ed. They are part of our CID program, and they don't do this academic assessments with my class, but they are still listed on my roster. So I'm going to unclick them because they will not participate in this. And then I'm going to go ahead and schedule that. So I can then go back to the home, and you can see right here that it is scheduled for next Friday the 8th. If in fact I want to launch it before that, or I don't want to set a time, I can just click launch and it will launch the assessment for my students. So the other thing I can do is I can view this as a student by just clicking down here, and it will show it what it looks like for the students as they're using their iPads or their Chromebooks. Pro tip on the iPads, if they hold it portrait instead of landscape, they'll get the full text. If they have it landscape, it kind of chops it off and the kids have to go back and forth. But if you have it in portrait, it holds it up, gives them the full text. So this is, they're reading a part of Out of the Dust, and then they're answering these questions, and then it goes to the next part. It continues, that's the same passage that they're still working on. They're answering a couple more questions, and I hit next, and then it's just one more question, and then I can hit finish, and it will ask the student if they want to submit it, and it can just say yes or no. And then once it is finished, that's what the students will see. Once it's finished right here, this will change to, I think it says correct assessments, I think. I forget. But you click on this, and then it will open up the assessment. They will do it will correct all the multiple choice questions. If there is an open-ended question on it, it will have examples of different levels of an answer. It also has a rubric that's right there, and then you can read what they wrote, you can give feedback, and you can give points for their answer right there. So again, if you are looking for assessments to use online, this is where you would find in the Affirm spot. This is the home button. In the library is where you would find all of the assessments. If you go to your classes, this part right here will tell you your students. I do have this text-to-speech open for them to use if they want to use it, and it would give you a report. It's kind of a nice little report to use at conferences to show families how students are doing on the assessments. Especially if you are going to do the FQTs on here, you would be able to grade it, and then the Wit and Wisdom website would keep track of those grades for you, and it's just a nice way to show families how students are doing. If you are interested in just getting the question sets, you can go to the dashboard, the greatminds.org dashboard. And here is where you can find resources. So I've already pinned in here the Wit and Wisdom question sets. This is just the PDF of them if you want to use them paper pencil. At the beginning of the school year, we were having a hard time with getting on to Clever and all of my students getting on at the same time. It has worked out and it's fine. The other thing that's here is this Wit and Wisdom Family Resources, which is really nice to be able to send to families with at the beginning of the module. Gives them a background of the module, what books that the students are going to be reading, and also gives some suggested books that might supplement what students are already reading. Here's a resource pack. And then this is content updates for print users. So if they've updated anything in the teacher's manuals, this is where you would find those updates. I hope that helps you. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have a question. My name again is Cameron Radke, and I teach at Emmett D. Williams, and I'm a 6th grade teacher, but I can help with any grade level. And the other person you would definitely ask is Brandon Button, because he has all the answers. So good luck. I hope things work out well. Great. Thanks.